What's up, Marvel United family? Welcome to the channel. Servant Zero here, aka Mr. Perry, and today we'll be showcasing and reviewing Super-Skrull from Marvel United's Fantastic Four expansion, Season 2. Let's go! Alright guys, let's go over Super-Skrull's cards here. Old Calrot. As you guys can see, he doesn't have any special setups, but they have something new starting second season here. They have super villain mode. So he would qualify as a super villain, which is basically adding 5 players. So a 5th player can take over the role of the villain. And in doing so, the heroes will receive themselves 2 wild tokens and 2 move tokens so that they can divvy up between the 4 of them to, how they want to, So that's a cool little thing to bring in the 5th person to actually control the villain there. We'll get more into it as I head to the core box, the X-Men core box. We'll introduce it a little more. I'll go on and talk about it a little more when I get to that one. So, old Super-Skrull here. He has 4 health when fighting 4 heroes, 3 health when fighting 3 heroes, and 2 health when fighting 2 heroes. His special rules: Super-Skrull can't be damaged as long as there are any crisis tokens here. When they mean here, they mean on his dashboard, guys. Heroes in his location can spend 1 heroic action to remove a crisis token from here. When the heroes are KO'd, Super-Skrull doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, he draws a Master Plan card and adds it face down to the storyline. The KO'd hero gets a KO token if they have none. Alright, his BAM effect: deal 1 damage to each hero in Super-Skrull's location, then resolve the symbol at the bottom of the last hero card in the storyline in order. So, the first, if it's a punch, you deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Super-Skrull's location. 2, if it's a heroic action, you deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each adjacent location. 3, if it's a move, Super-Skrull moves clockwise to the next location. And if it's 4, if it's a wild, you'd add 1 crisis token to the dashboard. And never forget 5, guys, because 5 seems to be overlooked a little bit because, hey, it's kind of off-site and then it has the black wording down there. So always remember 5 is, don't forget it. Special effect: Super-Skrull gains 1 health, may go above his starting value. So every time he bams, look like he's gonna be healing, guys. Here's overflow: if 1 or more civilian or thug token can't be added to a location, draw a Master Plan card and add it face down to the storyline. His villainous plot: the heroes lose if they have 1 KO token each. This guy's gonna be burning through his cards. All right, let's check him out. Super-Skrull has his standard 18 cards. Being a villain, he is gonna have a 0 move and a BAM and put out some civilians. 5 in a BAM and put out some thugs and civilians. A BAM, Scroll challenge. Move clockwise to the next location with a hero with no KO tokens, then you'll BAM. He has 2 of those, yep. All right. 2 in a BAM and puts out some civilians. 4 in a BAM and puts out some thugs. 1 in a BAM and puts out some thugs. 1 in a BAM and puts out some civilians. And yes, guys, Calrot does have a special a trigger effect on his threat card, so we'll go over it soon. I'm gonna put 2 in a BAM and some thugs, 4 in a BAM, and put out some civilians. And Super-Skrull has 2 special effect cards. Matching powers. If the next master plan card has a BAM, it uses the last 2 hero cards in the storyline for its effect. And it's gonna put out some thugs with this one and put out some civilians with that one. All right, guys, let's check out his threat cards here. Okay. Again, Scroll Decoy. This is his special, his trigger effect, which basically means, again, if you're not familiar with it, anytime the villain lands in his location, in this location, he would activate this trigger effect. It has nothing to do with his BAM. It's an ongoing effect as long as this threat is on the board. As long as the villain lands in these locations, he will constantly and always activate this. He does not have to BAM in order to activate it. It's automatic if he lands in the spot. All right? If there are at least one civilian or thug in this location, add a crisis token to Super-Skrull's dashboard. And it's going to take a move, a heroic action, and a punch to get rid of it. And he has 2 of these. His next one is Scroll Deception. Each civilian in this and adjacent location requires 2 heroic actions to be rescued. And you're going to need a move action, a heroic action, and a punch action to get rid of this one. His next one, Scroll Warriors. Each thug in this and adjacent location requires 2 damage to be defeated. It's going to take a move, a heroic action, and a punch to get rid of this one. And his BAM. He has Scroll Spies. It activates on a BAM. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each location with 1 or more civilian. And it's going to take a move, heroic, and punch action to get rid of this one. His next one being in the last one, Scroll's Attack. It's going to activate on a BAM. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each location with 1 or more thugs. And it's going to take a move, heroic, and punch action to get rid of this one. This guy, wow. Okay, let's see how he worked. All right, family, let's check out Super-Skrull dashboard and abilities here. Old Calrat. Again, he qualifies as a super villain, which basically means a 5th player can play him as the villain, and the heroes will get their tokens to divvy up between themselves. All right, his villainous plot. The heroes lose if they have 1 KO token each. The question I have about that is, in some games, you know, you have some heroes that tend to get KO'd multiple times. So with this being a KO token and each hero has to have one, how long, or, you know, the progression is my big issue with that. Instead of like some other villains where you just collect the 4 knockout tokens, that seems to move better. But when you have it where each hero has to have a KO token of themselves, that's kind of, I don't know, guys, that's kind of stretching to me. Yeah, to me. I've played games before where, you know, we have one hero that, you know, got knocked out 3 times. And, you know, that's just how the game can flow sometimes. It's not a real guarantee when you're playing like that each hero is going to get a knockout token. So with that, it's all right. But yeah, we'll see how it stretch out. We'll see how that roll. But, you know, that's just my little complaint there. But we digress. Okay, let's check out his threat cards here. Scroll decoy is going to be his trigger effect. If there is at least one civilian or thug token in this location, add one crisis token to Super-Skrull's dashboard. It's going to take a move, heroic, and punch action to get rid of this. So again, guys, with this being his trigger effect card here, anytime he lands in that location, you will activate it. And as you guys can see, there are civilians here. So boom, you would add a crisis token. Put that there so you guys can see. You would add one crisis token to his dashboard like so. Okay, now let's go over his next threat card here. Scroll's Deception. Each civilian in this location and each civilian in this and adjacent location requires 2 heroic actions to be rescued. It's going to take a move, heroic, and punch action to get rid of this threat. And Super-Skrull is again being a pain because not only in this location, but in the adjacent locations. So if you wanted to save the civilians over here, it would require two heroic actions to get rid of them. Even though the threat is on this, excuse me guys, on this location, it affects the adjacent locations as well. So man, that's gonna be tough, guys, with that right there. All right, his next one, Scroll Warriors. Each thug in this and adjacent location requires 2 damage to be defeated. Again, another way to just seems like trying to prolong, and then it's going to require a move, heroic, and punch action to get rid of that threat. So again, just seems like another way to prolong the action. So if you are here, if you are here, and if you are here, you will be required to punch 2 times to get rid of the thugs that are in that location. Man, that's a headache right there, guys. So you know instantly we just going straight after the threat card, guys. All right, his next one over here is going to be Scroll Spies. It's going to activate on a BAM. You deal 1 damage to one hero in each location with 1 or more civilians. This is mad. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each location with 1 or more civilian. All right? It's going to take a move, heroic, and punch action to get rid of this one. So guys, you are not getting away. If you are on the board and you are in a location with civilians and he bams, you will receive 1 damage apiece, guys. Right? Isn't that a trip? I mean, you guys are spaced out well. You guys are handling your business, doing your thing. And this guy wants to bam, and one of his threat cards, you're going to receive damage, and you're not even in that location, guys. That's a trip, right? Man, so you most definitely got to get rid of that one right there, guys. Because whoa, he is really amping up the track, right? All right, so his next one, Scroll Attack. It's going to activate on a BAM. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each location with 1 or more thug. Man, I'm sorry. I'm broke, guys. It's going to take a move, heroic, and punch action to get rid of this one. Are you kidding me right now? All right, so we're going to set this up again. I'm going to put these guys like this, right? This is a trip. Okay, so read what it's saying. This is amazing. And that's not even the rest of his BAM effect, guys. That's just two, because he has some more things going on with his BAM. So just with these two cards, these two threat cards here, one of them, you're going to get a damage if you're in a location with civilians. So therefore, all four heroes will receive one damage because they're in location with civilians. His next one on a BAM, guys, is going to give you one damage if you are in a location with a thug. So that means Human Torch and Invisible Woman is going to receive another damage because they're in location with thugs. This is madness. Oh my gosh, guys. So with these threats, all of them are just amping it up. This guy's like, yeah, you come to face me, I'm gonna take you down. Wow, guys, so that is extremely, extremely, extremely. All right, now, let's go over his special rules. After going over those ridiculous threat cards, let's go over his special rules. Super-Skrull can't be damaged as long as there are any crisis tokens on his dashboard. Heroes in this location can spend one heroic action to move a crisis token from the dashboard. When a hero is KO'd, Super-Skrull doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, draw another master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. The KO hero gets one KO token if they have none, okay? Now, if you guys have put the crisis token on his dashboard, you're going to have to be in his location and you guys are going to have to spend your precious heroic action, not the token. I mean, if you have a token, you can spend the token, but if you have it on your card, you spend it, that move, you make a decision to, use it to get rid of the crisis token that is on his dashboard. Now, I say they are precious because as you guys can see, this dude is stacked with these threats and what he is doing to you. So he is forcing you to get rid of something. It's going to be a pain either way you look at it, guys, because if he keeps these crisis tokens on his dashboard and he gains more of them, he technically has a shield on him and you can't damage him until you get rid of these crisis tokens. So it's forcing you to make that painful decision to want to get rid of these, especially if you guys have fought hard to get rid of these threats right here, all right? Because the threats are taking you out they take you out bad. So, oh my gosh, this guy is really amping up the threat and I love it. I love it when they are like this. I love it when they have these mechanics like this. All right, his BAM effect. Deal one damage to each hero in Super-Skrull's location, then resolve the symbol at the bottom of the last hero card in the storyline in order. All right, let's check it out, guys. So, let's say, Human Torch went, and then Super-Skrull went. All right, let me get this up out of the way. Get a little more organized for you guys. I'm sorry. All right, and then Super-Skrull went and he BAM'd. bammed, all right? So, at the bottom of Human Torch's cards here, he has a punch action, and he done a move, all right? So, that means you would go here. Number one is a punch. So you would deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Super-Skrull's location. So if there was a hero there, bam, you're gonna get a damage, okay? And then his next one, if you had a heroic action, you would deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each adjacent location. So if there was 2 heroes here, and there was a heroic action at the bottom here, you would then do damage to Mr. Fantastic, and you would do damage to Thing. You would do damage to 1 hero in each location. So if there was 2 of you there, 1 of you in each location is going to get damage, right? Okay, his next one is the move. If you have a move symbol there, Super-Skrull moves clockwise to the next location. So he moves up 1, if like that. So he would do his punch, and he would punch a hero that's in his location, and then he would move. All right. Now, of course, the villains are not like us. He can't say, well, I'm gonna move first and then I'm gonna punch it. Nah, they don't do that. They stick by the rules. So now, granted, that's going to bring some questions, because if it's a human controlling him, like they've brought the ability in for the 5th player to control it now, hey, it's going to bring up some questions because, hey, I'm not the PC, okay? I'm not the NPC. It's me. So I want to move first, and then I want to punch, okay? So those are questions like that maybe we could get answered, guys, All right, so anyway, he would move on with that. And then if there is a wild symbol, let me grab one of these, okay, like so. All right, if there is a wild symbol at the bottom of a card, you would add a crisis token to the dashboard. There you go again. Crisis tokens adding up on his dashboard, guys. More shield, making his shield stronger and stronger, and making it more difficult for you to get rid of him, because your heroic actions are very precious, guys. Even though you have to use your punch and your move actions, these are very precious to us dealing with the Super-Skrull. So, and always, don't forget, this one always, every time he bams, his special effect is the Super-Skrull will gain 1 health. So every time he bams, he is going to be gaining a health. Couple that with the fact that he has these crisis tokens that you put on there that you have to get rid of to move to even start being able to hit him. Yeah. Old Calrot, yeah, he's going to be a headache, guys. Golly. Okay. His next, going to look at his overflow. If 1 or more civilian or thug token can't be added to a location, draw a master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. And that is going to keep him burning through his cards, guys. All right? So, the Super-Skrull here is really going to be a challenging guy. Golly, and I can only imagine playing him on the heroic challenge, the highest one it is so far. So, let's go over his special effects here. He has 2 of them. They are the same, matching powers. If the next master plan card has a BAM, it uses the last 2 hero cards in the storyline for its effect. One is going to put out some thugs, and the other one is going to put out some civilians. Let's take a look at this, because I have questions with this ability, guys. Let me scoop this up a little bit here. Wait, no, hold on. I can keep that like that. Let me scoop this down some, yeah. So, Mr. Fantastic went. let's say Johnny went before him. And then now, Super-Skrull goes. He plays his card here, okay? Now, matching powers is cool. All right, I like it, I dig it. It's a cool ability. But the question that I have is, okay, we know we will look at his dashboard here, make sure. We know that we will look at his dashboard here to get the idea of what he will do. So with this move, we know that he's going to move one location. My question comes with the wows. Yes, guys, the simplicity of it is I can put 2 crisis tokens on his dashboard. But my question comes, since he is a super villain and you being a player, why do you not have the ability, like the players, to choose, since it's wild, what you want to use? So my argument is, me being the villain, playing him, and I use my matching powers, I should be able to choose between 1 and 3 of the wows which I want to do, which would then allow me to either move 3 times, 1, 2, 3, or would allow me to punch heroes. Let me get it set up. I want you guys to see it. Okay, right there. Okay, so it would allow me to punch heroes in each adjacent location. So I would be able to give a hit damage to Invisible Woman, and I would be able to give a damage to Mr. Fantastic because I have 2 of them, right? Now, same thing. I should be able to choose to damage a hero in my location. You know, if I was here, I could be able to choose to be able to hit Mr. Richards here 2 times because I have 2 wows and not 1. So that's my question with me being a super villain. I understand the simplicity of it. I'm not trying to make it more difficult. I'm just saying the way my mind thinks when it comes to really dealing with the superheroes and villains and stuff, and how passionate I am about it. I see that as, okay, well, if I'm going to control this character, am I allowed to choose that, since the heroes use these wows instead of just putting 2 crisis token on my dashboard and going on about my business? Well, can I use them to choose? Or better yet, how about I put 1 crisis token on there and then I use the next one to either punch a hero in my location or punch 1 hero in the adjacent location, or I got a second move that I can do. You get that, guys? So if you guys have questions like that too, hit me up in the comments. Leave a comment, guys. Let me know if somebody answered it for you, or if you guys house rules and that's how you guys play it, because me being me, that's how I would play it here at home, because it seems to, yes, he's already difficult, but me being a villain, I want to be able to crush. I want to be able to crush the heroes, you know? So that's my question about matching powers. You know, get that resolved. It'll be good to know what you guys think about that. If you guys think the same way I think, like I say, let me know in the comments, guys. And again, that being Super-Skrull, old Calrot, his abilities. Again, what a great model here. Again, I am loving the translucent plastic, guys. These guys look amazing. I am really enjoying the new mechanics that CMON has added to the 2nd season here, in having the super villain mode, where being a 5th player, you can control the bad guys, and the starting hand cards that's giving you the ability as a hero to try to feel more like a hero. So if you guys are enjoying the work that I am doing, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. You guys share the video. Stay safe out there and be blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one.